What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony, and today, while I was packing up for my trip for Friday, I was like, you know what, it'd probably be a good time to maybe go over and show you guys all my camping gear I have, because a lot of you guys are kind of maybe nerds like me that like cool things or just like to see what other people and how they pack. So I was just like, you know what, this would be kind of a cool time to actually just bust out the little plastic table I have and just show you guys everything that I usually keep on the truck with me when I'm out camping. We are one thing, I actually found a trail in Wisconsin. It's called 7 Hour Plane Crash. It's not technically too hard. I guess there is one little spot that gets kind of ruddy and a little bit deep. So hopefully we can make it right on through. But other than that, is basically a big, long, I think it's roughly about 300 miles or so. It's not really a plane crash. I guess this is back then. Baja actually ran through this, and that's how it got its name. I got to do a little bit more digging on it, but as far as what I understand, the trail is actually from Baja, which is actually kind of cool to hear Baja actually did race in Wisconsin. To me, I thought that was kind of a cool little fact, because the first when I heard it, I thought it was a plane crash, but it actually has nothing to do with a plane crash. So I'm gonna get my table out, and we're gonna go over everything that I usually bring and maybe talk about it, some of my stuff that I usually bring. So let's just jump into it. So all this stuff is what I usually carry with me. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's usually a lot. Eventually I am going to redo my entire bed. I want to put a whole drawer system in. I don't want to do the deck system. I've had it in the past with my Gladiator, and I ended up selling it. It's not because it was a bad product. It was actually a very good product. But I found, of course, they did also redo their system. But with their system, I always had it where you're pretty limited, and with the rack and carrying a refrigerator I didn't really have enough room with my rack, so it kind of ate up a lot of space. So I ended up selling it. But I want to kind of custom make mine. So this is usually everything that usually goes on the driver's side of the truck, because I have my fridge and then my spare tire. Unfortunately, once we get the spare tire out of the bed of the truck, we will have a little bit more space, because even a 35-inch tire takes up a ton of space. So we're just going to start kind of going this way over. I usually always carry solar panel or a power station, which is I can charge it up solar, or while I'm driving, I usually have this one being charged. I usually use this 500 watt for my ARB refrigerator. This one's usually around camp, charging up my phone, or just, the nice thing is you can use this actually as a lantern. There you go. You can have it as a lantern. You can go up. You can really make it. It's nice, and which is crazy. This is a 500 watt, and so is this. But this one actually has more ports and stuff, that I can use my DC power plugs in. This one's just like a USB-C type, but it's just nice when you're sitting at camp if you want just a little bit of light, or while you're cooking, lunch, or not lunch, if you're cooking like dinner or anything, just get enough light on the side. Usually I have my little light bar going up on top. Just push the little button right here, it turns it off. Then another thing which I'm actually looking at is I have jet boil. Some people hate them, some people love it. I like this one because it is compact, but I am thinking of going with like a fire maple. They have one that's probably just as big as this, but this is a 2-burner stove, and it works really well. You do pay a lot of money for this, but it works extremely well, and you can run it off either the green bottles, or you can run it off a propane tank, which I usually always carry a propane tank with me. Just this little, I think the little 5-pound propane tank. Another thing that I usually always carry with me is my little air down system. This one's by up down air. It's one of those you just kind of connect right to the battery and air up your tires. Eventually I'm gonna go with a ARB dual, because I like the ARB air systems and it works extremely well. You do pay for it, you know, I mean, it's about what, 4 times more expensive than this, but this works for it right now, and it's just more of a pain because you got to pop the hood, plug it onto the battery, and then each one, unlike the ARB where you can just plug the hose in, turn it on, and just start airing up. Unfortunately, there's a little bit more work to do, but it does its job, which I'm still happy for. In this tote, I usually just keep the bigger items, nothing too fancy. Again, eventually I'm going to get rid of all this, or at least this tote, and get like one of those roam boxes, or I think the Overland Systems makes one. I think there's the Hulk, or I think the company's Hulk or something like that. They never had any of the products. I got a buddy that runs their winch and absolutely really likes them. And here is usually like my bathroom, where my little mat that I usually put down by the ladder of the rooftop tent, my little washer supply, and then my my little tiny little table that I usually kind of keep. Which eventually I'm gonna get a new table, because the table's nice, but it is what it is. It does its job for me. Also, we have our T-Track or TCEK chairs. We usually keep in here. The TCEK chairs, absolutely amazing. I'll leave a discount code in the bottom if you guys choose to. Just kind of a quick little pop-up. You know, you get the camp, you get everything set up, and you kind of want to get off your feet, and instead of kind of like trying to dig, you just kind of pull it out. Real nice. Pop it down. You know, I'm not even going to fast forward to this because this is actually super quick. You know, then just unstrap, if I can find it. Unstrap, and your chair is already set up, which is super nice. And the material is actually really nice material, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm happy they sent this out to me, because this is something that I was actually looking at kind of getting before they touch base with me, and it's super nice, just enough to keep it on the set. You know, you can keep it in the truck at all times if you guys are going to go to any kind of sporting events for like your kids or anything like that. But I'm super happy with these chairs, and I can't tell you guys how good the quality is on this, because they feel nice and everything else. I think I said in the last video when I actually did kind of a small little review of these, super easy, just compact. You can just kind of fold it away, put it away, and another thing before we kind of jump into these little boxes, I have my little tripod here, and all of this is actually super bright. It does come with a remote, and it has the solar panels right on the side, so during the day while it's up, it's sitting there charging. But these things are super bright, especially at night. Unfortunately, it's you know, 4 in the afternoon right now, and the sun's coming out after all the rain we've been getting. But these things are bright. I mean, they come in, you know, standard white, you're a little yellow. It does come with an SOS, and then shut off. And the nice thing is this thing just really compacts itself down. And I don't think these were very much. I think this is just something I got on Amazon. I'm going to try to get all the links. I'm going to put it down in the description down below. And again, that is how fast You can put that away, pop it up, especially if you guys are just getting at camp at night and you don't really have a lot of light. You guys can just grab it, and it does come with a little, you know, handle. So usually in this little guy, I forgot to put it up there, so it just kind of popped in the screen. And usually in this little box, I usually keep all my cooking stuff, which I just added something. I think I put it in here. So in here, I usually carry my little cooking knife, which this one's actually my newest knife I got. Don't ask me why I like knives. So I got a nice little chopper, so we can make some, cut up some fresh chicken or anything like that, some vegetables or whatever you cut up. And then obviously got my other knife. And then we have our Dawn soap. Nothing too crazy on what I really keep in here. It's just more of my, you know, cooking supply kind of stuff. So we'll get this one out of the way. In this box, I usually, these are kind of really cool to kind of keep, and I like kind of having them kind of spread out. So we got a few of these strings, but they are little lights. They've also, this one's actually charged. So I got two of them. You guys can just, they're about 30, 40 feet. You just kind of just pull them across, and then you guys can just hang them from a tree or have them up. And the nice thing is they just kind of wheel, and then just kind of lock right into place, which is really nice. These things, a buddy actually got me onto these. These ones are actually solar powered. This one is the smaller version. This one's the bigger version. This one is from M-Powered, which the thing that's nice about these, this one's the smaller one, the bigger one's over there. They're both the same, same idea. So I'm just doing this one. You base it, you twist and it pops. Your lights are all down here, and then you can pull them all the way out, kind of like that first string. You know, hook it up to your truck or vehicle, whatever your guys are kind of camping with. Run it to a tree, lock it in, and then you just hit the little on button. It does have a little light, but then you guys can have all your little lights up on top. These things are just nice, just to kind of keep some light going, especially if you guys get to camp and, you know, just kind of get everything kind of making it feel a little like home. My water supply for my water tank. So then we just got some fans. I got a lot of my solar power. This is usually, this one's actually from Shift Pod. It needs to be charged a little bit. It comes with some magnets. I usually stick it on the back side of my rack, and so while we are cooking at night, I still have some light, so I can see how things are cooking. Other than that, that's everything in here. Nothing too fancy. These boxes are waterproof. I actually like these boxes, but eventually I want something that's a little bit more enclosed, and I don't have to just have boxes everywhere, because that part to me is kind of the annoying part. And even having a truck, we all still run out of space, so that's the part that kind of sucks. My last box that I have is a lot of more cooking stuff, because unfortunately you go through when you're out there wheeling, you're more enjoying the food, and it's the camp life. You're just sitting there relaxing around a fire, having a nice drink, cooking some nice dinner or lunch, breakfast, whatever. So I have a lot of camping cooking stuff. Obviously, my favorite thing camping wise is my coffee. That's just an empty bag. We have our jet boil, what I usually warm up my waters with. Then we have all my silverware and some baggies and my AeroPress. I really like this AeroPress. It really makes some good campfire or some good camping coffee. But that's about everything I really have on here, except for my little pop-up shower and one other thing. So this is my ARB refrigerator I've been using for the past probably 6 years or so. I love this refrigerator, which we are actually replacing. That's going to be an upcoming video. But this ARB refrigerator has been all over the United States. Saying has never let me down. ARB does make some really nice stuff, because I didn't really want to carry, keep stopping for ice and have all my food waterlogged. This is an investment. I mean, buying a refrigerator is a very big investment, and you cannot beat having a refrigerator. The only thing that sucks is you always kind of have to have it powered, but this thing really doesn't eat a lot of power unless it's really hot and you don't really have this nice insulation or the extra insulation over it. My 500 watt power supply can last this thing as long, if it's not extremely hot, it can last a couple days just on this little 500 watt power supply. But definitely, if you guys are going to look into Overland and look for some gear, definitely invest in one of these. I know they are expensive because you get some that are between $4,000 to almost over, some of them can run over $2,000, but this one is being replaced in the back of my truck, and so this I'm still going to use it, but this has been kind of the flagship of my Overland build. Is always having a refrigerator to keep all my food, because I usually bring a lot of chicken, so I don't want just ice and everything, even though that does the job. But if you guys can save up, afford one, definitely buy yourself a nice refrigerator. It doesn't have to be ARB. Look at IceCo. IceCo makes some very, very nice refrigerators for about $850 or so. You can get a dual zone, which you can basically bring ice cream onto the trail with me. Wink, wink. But if you can't, some people prefer IceCo, some people prefer ARB, Dometic. I mean, there's so many other brands out there. Rough Country has their little one, but definitely invest in a refrigerator. I cannot say that enough. The refrigerators are a huge plus, especially if you guys pre-chill these things down, plug it in 2 nights before, and you're golden. So you're not going to eat up all that power right off the bat, especially if you guys just want to keep it on like a power supply, because that's the biggest chunk of cooling these things down is the very beginning. So I highly recommend get one of these. There is a couple things that I do want to kind of start replacing. My jet boil I absolutely love, but I really want to start compacting stuff down to where it really just one tote. I want to take all this and basically bring it into one tote and that's it, instead of having everything in the back. So I think that's my biggest project for this for next year, is combining everything what I can shrink down and make it more simple. And having 4 or 5 boxes, I want to bring it down to 1. So yeah, leave me down in the comments down below, what is your guys' favorite off-road camping little gadget you guys have? What is your one thing that you guys need to have on the trail with you guys? Mine is my refrigerators. My refrigerator, without my food, I'll be hungry. And it holds beer. So this is actually one thing that I've actually been working on for the last while. I know there's a lot of them out there, but I wanted to do my own. I called it actually Liquid Fire. It's got my little logo right there, and Liquid Fire. I got this down to where it burns for roughly 7 minutes per little pinch or so. Also depends on how you do it. It is a fire starter. So I've been kind of working on that on the side. So if you guys want a fire starter, I think I haven't really fully launched this yet. Been trying to think of prices. I think it's around $10 a can. It is expensive, but you can use this multiple times, or just do it as one big one. You can literally just unscrew this, set this in the fire, light it, and you got yourself a nice little campfire. So let me know in the comments down below, or message me on Instagram. if you guys would like some fire starters. So that is kind of a little other business that I'm kind of starting. So yeah, that's really all I really bring with me onto the trails. It seems like a lot, but it's not really a lot, because a lot of it's like two totes of it's the same stuff, but they're just big, and I got to condense them down to a smaller size. Let me down in the comments down below on what is your guys' favorite thing to have on you while you guys are camping. I mean, obviously, yes, we are bringing the rooftop tent and my awning, but I really didn't count that in there because it's attached to the truck. These are just what I always gotta like pull out, put in the garage, and then put it back out. Just due to, because I'm not basically I'm not a full-time YouTuber. Hopefully one day. I would love to constantly make content for you guys, but unfortunately I can't. But so yeah, leave me down in the comments what you guys like to bring. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.